On today's episode of Let's Talk FGO, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Fate's Day Night is finally getting a Steam release and a wider release in the world. It's pretty big news. There's also some other news. Lots of news. Video game news. Video game news is not Fate's Day Night related. And we'll be talking to you about it and many other things this sweet, spicy episode of Let's Talk FGO. Hello, I am one of your hosts, Chocolate Punch Omega. With you as always, Chocolate Soup Lucky.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're enjoying Fate Grand Order, aka a Chocolate Conundrum. And while we're here at City Mega, I'd like to bring the latest in FGO-related news and memes. We will be talking about current and future events with the JP and EA version of the game, so anyone not wanting spoilers should engage in old-fashioned fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs.
Put up your dukes!
Well, there's no particular need to rush the show, though we'll be talking about many chaotic things. Just, I wanna, do our little pseudo-business time and talk about this at the top of the show. If at any point you hear a weird cut or a moment, I've talked about this, I think I'm going to have to pull a Lucky because I'm currently literally waiting on my P3R delivery to arrive, thanks to the power of the UPS. So, it's already missed the date that the time anyway, that Amazon wanted to set it, so we're just chilling. And when this page says order delivered, I'm going to have to pause the show and go grab it off my porch, because it'll be sitting outside otherwise. But
you never know when a gator might come up and be like, package.
Yeah, no, honestly. Listen, gators can enjoy games too.
Gaming gator.
I think a gator would appreciate P3R. Gator might be old enough to remember the original P3. Motherfuckers are dinosaurs. Anyway, before we go any further, let's give a real quick shout out to our patrons who make these kinds of things possible, both the show and also the P3R. So, I'd like to shout out particularly our patrons such as Adam DeHart, Blacklist OG, Call Me Zed, Carlos, Dragonfly, Icebird, Jeremy Vasquez, JDB9000, Just the Fate, Jonathan Sandoval, Chris Starlight, Legendary Boss Hunter, Liam Kessler, Regent Raptor, Rise of Kenji, Rogue Robin, Charvor, Sean Pryor, some guy named Bob, and Varian the Crow. If you like what we do, want to do more, consider supporting us on Patreon. You get access to episodes early and lots of other goodies, and it really helps us out. Thank you for your support, everybody.
Thank you.
Yes, Patreon has, I think, managed everybody's money in a timely fashion, and I've already put up the Fan Servant Friday poll for this month. The Fail Betrayal poll will have to wait until I can get in touch with everybody, which means matching up my sleep schedule and Loth's sleep schedule.
Loth does not have a sleep schedule right now.
Correct.
Loth only has melting.
This is part of the problem. But I am sure that eventually he will wake up, eat some toast, whatever, and we'll look at Discord, and hopefully I can get a response from him about poll results. Also, technically, Axe hasn't given me a feedback yet, but I've been seeing him playing Persona 3 all day, so I'm like, I know what's up. He was bamboozled by Steam installs.
Actually, I've been talking to a few people. He's not the only one. I've actually had a couple people come tell me about this problem.
Interesting. Because everybody who got it, I assume, it was supposed to go live on the 1st.
Yeah.
And just for some people, it did not for some reason. Very odd. Personally, this is why I would say, don't futz with early releases and stuff like that. But I guess, it's not the hugest deal. It's just annoying, especially if you are one of those people who's going to plan some time off. All right, I'm going to close the Patrons tab, and we're going to move on to our first segmento. And that involves checking in with your favorite Senpai,
起きてください.
Because it's time for Wake the Fuck Up Senpai, our regular segment for Pro Tips. Pronk Tips. I have 2 for you this week. Number 1, your February items for logging in are God Balls, Spiritron Veins, which are ball-shaped for some reason, Homunculi, and Spinal Fluid. All of these are good items. Yes, thumbs up. Also, I want to pre-warn you, you've probably started the new event, the Valentines, kind of, they did indeed slamfire it right away. I wasn't sure they would, but they did. Even though we've still got, 2 of the Valentine's banners left in the pre-release, but I guess we're speed mode. Anyway,
Speed.
The event filter for servants is kind of useless this event because of the buddy point system. Everybody is technically a bonus servant, even if you haven't actually increased their buddy rank yet. On the flip side, there's no drop bonus for servants that were already bonus anyway, just they start with extra bond growth and damage. So feel free to play favorites. It doesn't actually matter. It's just something that I found a little annoying when I was trying to do some of the story stuff earlier. It was just like, event filter on. Nothing changed. It's like, okay, alright. Well, we'll do that. But yes, those are your pro tips for this week.
Huzzah.
We have no records currently.
No.
And we do have a tiny bit of evil.
We do have a tiny bit of evil. It's me, So I decided that I wanted the 5-star CE, Valentine CE, for reasons. But I didn't want to commit to rolling quartz for it because I need to save. So I decided to spend all the tickets I had with the ones in the store this month. That brought me out to a lovely round 20, a number I appreciate. And I threw them all. I did not get my 5-star CE. I got a couple 3 stars. I got the 4-star. I even got a nursery rhyme and a pent in there. No 5-star CE. I cry eternally.
Oof. Do remind me, I haven't picked up my monthly tickets. I should stockpile those for whatever rate up I prefer. Probably Vitra, I think. I'll throw tickets at that one. But yes, the 5-star CE, good.
Goo.
Tickets, problematic. Sorry, I tabbed over for Twitter for a sec, and then, got updates. Well, we'll talk more about Death Stranding 2 later, but Hideo Kojima's tweeting about why Fragile has the hand mask thing. He said that during the pandemic, when they were in remote development, he really wished he had something for when he's only shoulders up in the camera to do a thumbs up without moving his hands all the way up. And so he imagined the second hand. Just this is the most Hideo Kojima-ass thing that I've ever seen today.
I love the hand mask, though.
It's so cool. Oh, yeah, I guess that's kind of I don't know if it's an evil or a records, but that was a thing where many people in our server were bamboozled because for some ungodly reason, and yes, I will call this shade, for some unholy reason, the bonus CQ in the Case Files rerun gave a grail of all things.
Yeah.
And nobody fucking, well, at least nobody was talking about this. Nobody realized this until literally the last day when they were oh shit, there's an extra grail. And I know you were told this first and we're well, that would have been good to know earlier. And then everybody was yeah, I only noticed today. And then
yeah, no, I was quite spiced.
I even did an at here. I was hey, server, attention. There's a bonus grail. I did get mine.
I did not.
Kind of annoying. I suspected as much.
That means Lucky is officially 2 grails down.
Well, you never know. That event might get voted on the rerun.
Doubt.
I mean, I don't think so either, but we'll see. It is in the list. Do the people in JP realize it's got a bonus grail? Who knows? It's been 3 years for them. Anyway, that means it is time, though, to move on to Did You Finish Your Master Missions? Your Master Missions this week are very straightforward. You need to defeat 3 each, I should say, of Saber Rider servants, Archer Caster servants, and Lancer Assassin Berserker servants. That's about half of them right there. Defeat 15 demonic enemies, and then 20 enemies, and then 40 enemies who are not servants or bosses. So literally do the event. Do anything, but especially do the event. You'll get them. I don't know which free quest currently gives demonic enemies in this event. I'm sure there's one of them. And if there isn't, you can just punch skeletons. You'll got it.
Skeletons.
I'm currently running the caster node, even though it's not the best node, because I can use my QP farming team with literally no changes. But we're not here to talk about that just yet, because JP also had a heap and helping of news. Had a pile of newsy items to come out. Because it has officially been the 20th anniversary of Fate Stay Night.
Woo.
Which means that JP has launched the Stay Night 20th anniversary commemoration campaign, starting the 30th, going until the 6th of February. Which I will believe will be around the time they're going to have another stream, which will probably be Valentines for JP. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. But they're running a special exchange summoning program. You can pick one of the original 7 Fate Stay Night servants and get a special CE for free. Obviously, your primo pick on this list is probably Saber if you're a longtime player. I know she's permanent, but if you don't have her, hi. She's out there. That said, there are some very choice CEs, and I think some of them were the fucking geocached ones for going to see Heaven's Feel and stuff. So there's plenty to pick from. If you're a brand new player, honestly, I would probably vote Herc. A free Herc is pretty good, but I think they did a decent job because the Fate Stay Night crew is all across the rarities of making sure to keep up with you and supply you some of the CEs you might want. They had a huge retweet campaign for 20 Saint Courts, and then even more Saint Courts as the login bonus, another 20 in there. So, it's a big deal, obviously, because it's the 20th anniversary of what kickstarted this franchise, but, they're hitting you pretty good with it. The Fate Stay Night crew, the original 7, I should say, Cursed Arm's not included in this, but the original 11 get double EXP and get a damage bonus when you're doing, farming and stuff. You also get all dailies open, not half AP, but all of them are open, and plenty of other things. Also, permanent status change. The rate-up chance for SRs, if you have multiple SRs on rate-up, has once again been slightly improved permanently. So the rate-up for 4 stars in general, if there is a 4-star rate-up, is still 2.1%, but they moved it up so that your chance of getting either of the rate-up 4 stars is now, if it's 2, I think it's like 1.5 or 1.6, up from like 1.4 or 1.5. And if there's 3, getting a specific servant was like a 0.6, and now it's like a 0.7% chance. So very, very small buffs, but is a permanent change. Yeah, there's like two drops of 20 Saint Courts in the login, so it's like 2 10 spins over the course of a week, which again makes sense. It's not an FGO anniversary, but without Fate Stay Night, FGO wouldn't be here. So, and the reason for this is they did this buff is because there is a banner for regular Artorias Saber, Emiya, Herc, Ku, Medusa, and Medea. They're all on rate up all at once, so they wanted to make it more likely you would get an Emiya or a Herc, plus some choice CEs from the past years. And as I mentioned earlier, during the special anniversary stream that Aniplex did, they also straight up said, hey, we're doing another remaster of Fate Stay Night. We're putting it on modern consoles. It's coming to Steam and Switch.
Yep.
I do not believe they actually included PS5 in there, which is interesting because I think Sony's been making moves about visual novels as well. That said, I do want to point out the PS4 or PS5 is super hardware overkill for Fate Stay Night. I believe it has been clarified this will still be based on Reality Nua.
Yeah, it's basically specifically off the Vita version.
Yeah. So if it's based on the Vita version, the PS4 is overkill for that, let alone the PS5. But it will probably run perfectly fine on your Switch. I don't think I would play visual novels on my Switch, but you could. And if you do, I know some people do.
I think I would. It's like, that's one of those ones I definitely would play it in bed and, it's handheld mode.
I mean, I guess. I usually prefer a little bit bigger of a screen size than the Switch for reading, but not much. It is just reading in bed, basically, when you do that. So, I mean, we don't know if they're adding new stuff, per se. It's obviously going to be based on the Reality Nua, but we don't know for sure. But still, they're not doing it piecemeal like the mobile versions. They are bringing it out. They have said at the very least it will have Japanese, simplified Chinese, and English text, so we can presume a wider Western release eventually. This did, many people have already started this joke. Yes, Axe even said it. Can't wait to install the Artoria mod. Yeah, since this is going to be officially localized through Type Moon, and I assume through Aniplex of America, they will unfortunately be forced to probably say Altria in a couple of places. And so everybody is assuming that the Steam version will probably be coming with, like, maybe not a day one mod, but a very early mod where they're just going to do find and replace in the text. Yeah, week 1, find and replace in the text to Artoria. I mean, yeah, I'll install it, just because it's funny. I don't actually care that much, even though Altria is definitely wrong. But it's the little things that bring us together as a group. I mean, it really depends on how, because I don't know how this thing's going to be programmed, right? It really depends on how easy it is to just crack open the back end and just look at a dump of the text. It's probably not that hard, as people have, patched it to be in English already, but, it's out there. But still, that's huge news. That means that, like, obviously that means that sales for Mahoyo have been doing very well. The English Tsukihime remake's not out yet, right?
Oh, I think that's this summer.
Yeah. Yes, right, summer, because they're going to time it to our anniversary, that's right. But pre-orders, I think, are open, so, like, that's probably been pre-selling very well. So, yeah, no, we're getting in a really, good place. I think the only, like, Nasuverse Classic we don't have access to in the some format is Kara no Kyokai in the original novel form. But we do have the UFO table OVAs to get at, and it does still seem like for the time being, Aniplex of America and Type Moon are hesitant about light novel localization. Again, I don't know why, because I'm pretty sure that light novel reading is still a really big business. Maybe because it's a big business, they can't get like a good deal right now, with like a publishing partner. But we'll see. But yeah, no, it's that's great news. It'll be great to finally get it over here, because they've had the like mobile ports for years. But yes, that is the 20th anniversary commemoration campaign fired up.
Ooh.
Ready to rock. But also, interestingly enough, to give you some more time to tide over before that, Valentine's event, we also got the 7th round of Evocation Festival. It's Christmas in February, I guess.
Why not?
This is running from the 1st until the 13th of February, and yes, we are adding Santa Altera, Santa Carna, Santa John Alter, Lily, and the original Santa Alter, Saber, who is a writer. I know, it's very confusing. All those guys are in the shop. There's a login campaign and more missions for more leaves and even more Saint Courts. All of your added welfares are going to get double EXP, half QP, rank ups and strengthenings and stuff, damage and bond bonuses during this time period, and, of course, we did get 2 rank ups for 2 of these welfares. Fucking finally. It is exactly the 2 that need the buff. So, Santa Alter, her instinct buff has finally happened. Instinct is now officially dead. There are literally no more vanilla instincts in this game. And, honestly, for a welfare, her version of the buff is pretty good. It is now a 10% team battery. It gives the whole team 1 level of overcharge, gives them 10 to 20% crit up for 3 turns, and has greatly increased the amount of stars it drops. It caps out at 30 now instead of 20. So for a, AoE team support rider, perfectly fine skill. And Santa John has gotten her NP buff, in addition to the increased damage multiplier, which is pretty good because she's a free NP5. All of her buffs are on that NP are now 3 turns long. This was originally a problem she had. Her, healing up and, attack increase and stuff were, only 1 turn, which was very awkward because they were on her NP. Now they last 3 turns, so you can actually, benefit from these in the long term, which is good. Oh, well, that's the we have to pause the episode. I see delivered today. So I'll be right back.
Go, Mega, go!
I'm back. Which way is up? Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm back, y'all. We're recording again. I've completed my, what does FATE stand for in 14? Field Active Time Event or something?
No, ATB? Active Time Battle?
No, in 14. FATE is an acronym.
Oh, it's I don't know.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Disc's in, it's installing. Yes, the PS5 is hard to fit in some places horizontal. It's a long one. But I've got it up. Okay, all right. Well, now that's settled. That's everything off my urgency list. All right, okay. Let me find where I was in the show notes. Yes, okay. So I mentioned the rank ups you get for our welfares being re-added. Way overdue. I'm very glad they got to these Santas. It's interesting they put Karna in the first batch because he has technically gotten that extra weird, out-of-season rerun. But, there's still plenty to discuss there. But this also comes with some banners. They're running some singleton banners for Maid Altar because the bonus servant, I think, for that very first Christmas event was Jack. It was Tomo on Halloween. But then you've also got Ishtar, Aresh, and Vitra. So running us a few thematically appropriate ones, but not, overly out there. And then over in NA, we've got Manon's Souvenir, Valentines, The Chocolate Tree, and The Goddess's Choice, starting the first as well, but over here time, going until the 14th. We did hit our social media goals for 6 Saint Courts. The rest is basically as we described in the pre-game last week. If you want to catch up with your event summary, you can go ahead and hit that episode up. Because, you get points, get chacos, get scenes. All simple stuff. They have a little warning reminding you about the data transfer because of the voiced scenes. So if you don't download all data, we've got some extra juice coming. So keep all of that in mind. It's very important. We also have, the Manon raid up, the new alter ego starting up there. And also lots of other raid ups. I've mentioned before that basically every story locked or permanent female SSR will get a individual raid up during this Wombo combo. I'm probably going to wait until Vitra's Day to spend any tickets for CEs and stuff, but we'll see what's up. Also, yes, I didn't put this in Evil, but it is a note. I do want to say, there isn't a wanted yet. Yes, you're correct. That's my bad. They did the thing where, even though I thought they wouldn't do that, the event dropped the night after they immediately announced it, and I've been really blocked up doing ocean fishing on 14 and many other streams. Seriously, check how much time we spent streaming this past week. Streamed Metal Gear 2 and Metal Gear Solid for about 7 hours on Monday.
Listen, Lucky doesn't have to go to work round. My power is unleashed.
Yeah. Fail Betrayal was over 3 hours this week and included a break for ocean fishing in the middle, and I had to stop it to go ocean fish again. And then streamed Final Fantasy 14 for almost 6 hours, doing more fishing and doing all the Eden raids that we hadn't done yet. So, sorry, that's my bad. Been really blocked up with this stuff. And, wasn't expecting the event to get in there. I'll write it this weekend and get it out to y'all. Even though I have P3 to worry about, I'll make sure to get you your time on that. That said, unlike the mailbag, nobody has yet asked the question, hey, where's Wanted, that I've seen. So I feel better about forgetting it until I was literally typing these notes. I was like, oh yeah, usually I do that thing. It's like I said,
in the place.
Mea culpa. I did completely forget about it. We didn't even watch the Chaldea broadcasting because that was in the middle of the 14 Blitz. So yeah, I just straight up wasn't thinking about it, and I think I've mentioned this before, but I am not particularly saving for Bazette, and I'm not rolling on her banners, so I was not thinking of it. But I will get it out to y'all, and I hope that, given that there are a decent slice of our people in the Discord who are enthusiastic about Bazette, we can actually get some views on it. But in addition to that, there are also our usual roundup of updates and stuff for the event dropping. I mentioned this before, but Karen did get her rank up. It's actually pretty good because it'll give her an NP damage multiplier up, and also gives her bonus damage against, I think, specifically chaotic enemies as part of it. So just in general, it's going to improve her damage numbers and make her a lot more reliable and broader hitting than she was before. So I just took a drink of my bottle of water, and I'm like, it tastes a little metallic-y, maybe? Maybe got a little particulates. I think I need to wash this bottle out. Anyway, if you want to know more about event thoughts and how we're doing on our giving and getting of chocolates, you'll have to wait until after the mailbag flip.
Ooh. So, with that, it is time for this week's Let's Talk FGO mailbag, the segment where we read what you have to say and comment accordingly. Because my sleep schedule has been completely and utterly fucked, thank you frickin', light novel reading at 2 a.m. in the morning or playing Surviving the Aftermath at 3 in the morning. You're a peach. We only have 5 this one, but I appreciate every single one of them. Without further ado, let's get to it. So, this first one comes from Monster Girl Aficionado, who says, Dear Lucky Omega, no questions this week, just sending good vibes. Wah, 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 wah. And wishing you well. Keep up the great work. P.S. Baits for next turn are Rag Krill for Indigo and Plump Rag Krill for Ruby.
Well, I assume that's the one in 8 minutes, so
yeah,
we will not be doing that.
We will pass. Just this once. I'll probably be hitting the one in the next 2 hours, though. But yes, we have been going ham on ocean fishing. I think we've been getting 3 or 4 runs a day, which, considering they're every 2 hours, means that we have generally been in Final Fantasy for I want to say 8 straight hours, because people will log in and out as they do.
Yeah, it's not straight hours, but it's basically like working a shift at a job. We're in it. We're in there. We're in the trenches, except the trenches are the boats.
The boats. The trenches are underwater. The fish are in the trenches trying to avoid us. And boy, how they do it sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's actually quite funny. We are all quite taken with fishing right now. Trying to get points, trying to get rare fish, trying to get levels. Mega's first level 90 class is probably going to be Fisher.
Yeah, I'm only getting a level and a half each ocean fishing run, but I'm already 84, so probably another day of this and it'll be 90. Which is pretty crazy to think about. I started it, I unlocked Fisher last week to prepare for this being the thing, and here we are.
Okay, so yeah, that's quite exciting, but thank you very much. Let's move on. This next one comes from the Tyrant King, who is near death from all the new Valentine Day scenes, but then I remember I have to listen to the new JP ones as well. And they say, question, hey guys, with JP's Valentine's in about a week and a half, I was wondering which Valentine scenes are you interested in the most, and how crazy nonsense that event will be? Anyway, that's it for me. Good vibes your way. Wah, 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 wah. And I hope you're having a great evening. I mean, mine are quite simple. I'm going to be interested in Tiamat, Dracos, and Durgas. It's I'm a simple guy.
I suspect a lot of people will be tagging on for a few of those. Let's see. Technically, the back half of LB7 was before Valentine's, right? So people have already gotten Kukulkans.
Yes.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'll be very interested in New Medusa. That's a thing that happened, Saber Medusa.
Yeah. Saber Medusa.
Will it once again be some sort of snake?
I hope it is. I hope it's a snake with a sword.
That'd be very funny, yes. And, oh gosh, my brain is blanking. Who was our anniversary servant in JB last year? I feel like that was 1,000,000 years ago. Right, that's right, it was Ash. Okay, yeah, that'll be another good one. I skipped it over because I was thinking of her as Summer Morgan. But yes, that's true. So that'll be a very interesting one, I'm sure. Actually, that will probably be a very interesting one because each ascension is basically a different person almost. And of course, we've got all our new summers.
Yeah, no, I forgot about
Summers
that.
are always quite wild. So yeah, no, there's plenty of big hits there. I personally am also very interested to see how because they are genderless, how Yamato Takeru is handled. Will that be doubling up like a Stolfo? There's always a lot of fun there. I feel like a slight fear about Ushi Gozen. Will she just hand you a sword made of chocolate again? We'll just do that trick. Summer Castoria is just going to give you that eagle, and it's going to be made of chocolate now, or something. But yeah, no, we had some good servants in there. There'll be a few good chocolates to see.
Oh, excuse me.
It's okay. If you ever hear me pause, I'm queuing up another fucking run of NPs on farming. Chocolate points.
I should probably do a little bit more on my end. But let us keep going. This next one comes from the man that got lost in time has almost found his way back. Almost. But they say, question, if there is a special edition of the Fate Stay Night remaster, are you going to get that version? Or play it on stream to use the inevitable mod that'll change Altria to Arturia? I will... Oh, hang on. Caesar's asking about fishing.
Oh, right. You're still in 14.
I am still in 14. I don't want to read on my computer. I'm going to be real. Not because I think it's bad and stuff. It's just that for me, a computer is a multitasking device. So even though, like I said, I'm recording right now, I have 14 going. I have several tabs open on my page, and I'm looking at everything at once. I couldn't do it. I would get too distracted. If I'm going to read, I have to be laying in bed. Otherwise, I am going to be just jumping from thing to thing to thing. So no, there is a special edition. I will try and get it. I do believe I got the special edition of Mahoyo, and did I pre-order Tsukihime? Son of a bitch, I gotta double check that now.
Yeah, I have the special box of Mahoyo.
So I will get it, but it will definitely be on the Switch for me.
Yeah, I think I'll probably do the same. I haven't really thought I hadn't really, because I have played visual novels on my PC before. I'm okay reading on PC. It's just one of those things where it really depends on the mood. Sometimes I'll get in there and fucking zone for hours and then be like, fuck, why did I spend so much time reading? I had other shit to do. That's just me, in general. But having it on the Switch as a dedicated read in bed machine would probably work out better. So I may look at that. I'm also hoping and assuming that they're not gonna charge you a full, definitely not a $70, and possibly depending on how much they actually change in it, maybe not even the full, 60 for a new run at Fate Stay Night. The game's cool, but I don't know if its value is going up just because you could put it on a Switch cart. Actually, that's a good question. I should look up, or somebody in the comments can let us know how much it actually costs for the iOS levels. Yeah, I'd say in the 40 to 50 range is probably pretty good. That seems reasonable. It's got a lot of hours in it, but it is also a re-release of something that's already come out, and they are just saying remastering it. I also, again, it's going to be running on the Switch. I don't know how much remastering there is to do. Well, I'll pick it up physical too, just because that's just how we're gonna roll, and also getting the special. The Switch doesn't even do 4K textures, right? Yeah, it'll do HD though. That'll be nice. Though if you get it on Steam, you will not that you need them. God knows, I don't think anybody needs to see Fate Stay Night in 4K, but I'm sure somebody will rip the CGs and upscale them to 4 8K. Crazy shit. But that's because on PC are lunatics. Madmen are there. That said, if we were to end up streaming it at any point, that would be fine on Switch. That works with the capture card just fine. I don't even think the Switch has HD protection either. HDMI. Just fucking plug that sucker in.
With that, let us move it on it. This next one comes from the master has sore teeth today from stress clenching at work. Oof. Big oof. Everyone remember, relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, take the tongue off the top of your mouth, and just breathe.
As someone who used to have a teeth grinding jaw clenching problem, though I think that it may have to do with the eventual cavities I got. Yes, you gotta relax, learn to let it go. Just end up with a sore jaw that way.
So, this person says, "Hey yo, Lucky M Egg, I hope you're staying safe this week. My question is not FTO related, but about Stellar Blade, a new console game being developed by Shift Up, aka the Nikkei devs. I feel like that is good for people to explain because people do say it, but at the same time, it's like, do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah, I'm about to say, this person is either about to make a faux pas or is giving you the softest softball pitch in the world. They say, think fast, Lucky, and they just do a lazy alley-ooper.
They go on to say, the game looks badass, but I know I've read some pretentious/prudish comments online about some of the ladies' design, Seka's prerogative, but I think it's bogus, and I think some of the modern Western female designs have fallen off. Have you had any favorite games from the past where you experienced similar frustrations with closed-minded people, and how have you dealt with it? Sending good energy your way and enjoying a treat if you need a small boost. Well, thank you. If I actually probably think about it, there's probably a few, like, Lucky has always been a fan of tits and ass in video games. I have, like, never been shy about this. Like, I don't think a game necessarily needs to have tits and ass to sell well or do well. But I also don't think that tits and ass will detract from a game. This is why I enjoy games like Last Origin, Destiny's Child, Nikke, and eventually Stellar Blade. Last Origin, it's almost a fucking porn game. It is almost a fucking porn game, but it has a good story underneath it. For those of you who don't know, Destiny's Child was the gacha game that Shift Up was doing before Nikke became a huge success, and Tencent decided to shut it down so they could shift resources. And ever since I saw Stellar Blade, like, what was it, like 3 years ago, and I knew it was Shift Up, I'm like, I'm there! I am so excited that we're getting it in a couple months.
Yeah, I don't know if people realize this, but you are probably the most Stellar Blade pilled guy I know, back when it was still called Project Even, because you were one of the people who were on Destiny's Child before Nikke even really was popping, before it was out. And we're like, oh, those guys, I recognize them. They're doing their first console release AAA thing. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. And I will say, that's something that I don't think a lot of people, even without our previous conversations that we don't need to rehash right now about the gaming media just not recognizing some of these games like Nikke, like FGO, even like, Arknights or Girls Frontline at times. Like, even apart from that, a lot of people I don't think even bring up the fact that this is Shift Up's, like, first console, big, probably AA. I don't know if it actually counts as like AAA. I don't know how much money they've thrown at it or not. They're doing a lot of the good work though. Like, the character model for Eve is based on an actress that they've photo scanned and shit like that. But like, I've heard some people be like, oh, I don't know about this trailer element or that element. And I we'll talk about it later, I think, in the state of play, but I don't fully agree. But I do think there are some parts of the trailer that feel like they lagged a little because they were just kind of like exposition heavy. But the studio is all Korean, so I don't know how they could have done it any different way, right? Like,
right.
If you had a developer explaining it, they'd be explaining it in Korean, and you'd have to read subtitles anyway. So like, it's a very odd place to be in. But like, no, I think the game looks super good considering this is their first crack at it. And yes, it is very Nier or Bayonetta coded.
Yeah, that's what.
Go ahead. Actually.
Oh no, you can go.
Okay, yeah, because I'm gonna bridge thoughts about the comment about some people being overly prudish. I'll say it. The zipper headlines. Not that every fucking headline isn't a zinger. Like even headlines we agree with are like exaggerated zingers. There's a lot of tension being aimed at the Netflix Avatar adaptation about some stuff that I think is some of it is clearly pot stirring, but also they're not the writers of that show are not doing themselves any favors. It's not going to be good. I hate to tell you now, but I think they've stepped one too many steps outside the bounds of the original, and it's probably going to be very mediocre at best. We could be pleasantly surprised. I'll take that, but it's not going to be another live-action One Piece, R.I.P. But the pot-stirring headlines are like, well, I think this game is like overly sexualized, and some of these character designs are like, we're getting into the like they're like children. No, fuck you. I've forgotten her name. There's the engineer, right? She does look like a younger character. But I don't think she's sexualized at all. She's just your cute engineer friend. And
which one are we talking about?
Not the main character Eve, the other girl you see in the trailer. She's the
Lily.
Engineer. Lily, thank you. Yes, I don't think she's sexualized at all. Like she's just there as your cute sidekick. And yes, Eve is hot, and they have many different outfits for her. I mean, it's Lily. It might be a joke about Lilith, but I think it is Lily. Yeah. But, and like, yeah, I think there are some jiggle physics you can see, but, I mean, they are the Nikke guys, so, like, they understand how to be horny but emotional.
Well, yeah. Well, hang on. I'm going to read this off the Goddess of Victory's Nikkei's Your Mileage May Vary page, because it's right at the top. And I think this encompasses a lot of what I feel about Shift Up as a whole. So, as per the TV tropes, Goddess of Victory Nikkei, Your Mileage May Vary page, I will read the following. And you thought it would fail. During its pre-release advertising cycle, the game was effectively the laughingstock of the larger gacha community, with its extremely unabashed sex sales advertisement and obvious fan service pandering that caused many people to write it off as a shallow waifu game cash grab. Its launch period was also very rough, with several elements clearly unpolished and riddled with glaring flaws and bugs. However, players were quick to note that developer response to negative feedback was rapid, and once many of the kinks and major issues had been ironed out, fans discovered that beyond the rampant fan service was a legitimately great game with good gameplay, extremely solid writing and characterization, and incredible music. Although the game remains niche outside of Asia, it has effectively taken off in its home regions, and especially Japan in particular, with the game managing to consistently go toe-to-toe with some of the hottest gacha games on the market in terms of raw revenue alone within its first years, such as Honkai Star Rail, Blue Archive, and Fate Grand Order, and triggering a deluge of fan art and community content.
Yeah, that's definitely the vibe. Like, and I think that is part of Nikkei's marketing plan. They try to bamboozle you, because there are a lot of, I don't know if they're necessarily low budget, but like very horny pilled, low effort games that are just like, look at these character designs. They're super horny. We don't care about anything. They're just fucking out there. And like, if there's no extra hook, yeah, I mean, it's not, I won't say it's a scam. You know what you're doing with your money, but it's clearly like not the effort level. Nikkei is definitely more of the school of like, hey, yes, we have sex appeal because we want you to download our game, and then I'm going to fucking, hook you.
Yes, because as much as people don't want to fucking admit it, yes, sex sells. Pretty people, people want to see pretty people. You do not want to, okay, I'll take that back. You might not mind a game with a fucking protagonist, but are you going to buy a gacha game where no one's fucking pretty?
No, I mean, and there are plenty of they're not quite otome games, but you know what I mean. Like, there are female-facing, pretty men enjoying fandom games out there that are very popular as well.
Oh yeah, no, like fucking Twisted Wonderland's popular. Oh, what's the Sword Boys one?
Token Ranbu. That's the one I'm thinking.
Yeah, Token Ranbu.
Very popular. Token Ranbu is so popular that it is like driving forward historical like scholarship and restoration in Japan, because hey, guess what? These swords that are in museums have huge fan bases because they're cute anime boys. And that is one thing I will say about Japan's end of this. They are not fucking afraid to make use of this kind of thing. There's
and it's like,
but yeah, it's so yes. I want to say that yes, no, Eva's supposed to be visually appealing. Not just in terms of like she's got sex appeal, but also they look like they've got a lot of dress up going on, lots of cosmetics. They showed off, like, I think almost every shot of that fucking trailer at State of Play, she's in a different outfit, which is wild levels of resource use, right?
Yeah.
That they're bringing that many options. But also, it's a fucking, Bayonetta Nier like clone, right? Like, it's in that genre of stylish action game. Of course it looks good. That's the point. You want to do a sick combo. Are we saying fucking, Dante is ugly?
Honestly.
No.
Like, and I'm pretty
Dante
sure...
doesn't wear a fucking shirt most of the time, most of those games.
Is it? Hang on, I also do think that the main character designer on Eve is the same person who does a lot of their work. And, in case you guys didn't know, the main, it's a husband and wife duo who, did a lot of that work, and they like that spicy shit. It's just how it is.
Yeah. So like,
it's like, so it's not like a bunch of sweaty old men just heavily panting over cute girls. Like, no, people sit down and think about the designs they want to do and then make it and bring it to life. Like,
and like I said, I want to say this. Like we said, this game obviously I think the plot and setup has a lot of vibes with Nikkei. This like. From what I don't know a lot about Nikkei's story, but I played during that rough, buggy period.
Mm-hmm.
But I got some story stuff. The plot for Stellar Blade is very similar to the way Nikkei is set up. It's just that instead of it being about like a large team of android women you can recruit, it's about one central one who does all the heavy lifting because it's a action game now. stylish action game. But like I said, I think looking at it, the biggest touchdowns I would say are Nier Automata and Bayonetta. What the fuck do you think Bayonetta was about? Like, and in terms of, like, being uncomfortable, you can't play this game in front of your grandma, Bayonetta's way worse. But also, Yoko Taro is unabashed. Like, you can't tag that guy with that. He's like, no, 2B is hot, fuck you. That's the point. I want you to buy my game, idiot.
I think that's the weird thing. People, like, I don't know why people feel so conservative about, like, female bodies, especially fictional female bodies.
I mean, I think there is some crossover to be said with, like, they are fictional, so it's not, like, directly harming somebody, but there is that issue of, like, when people are young and dumb, if they get into, you know, the possible literal objectification of fictional women, they might try to carry that over to real women, which is generally not cool, okay? Real people have a lot more depth and responsiveness than fictional characters. Hopefully not anybody in our audience, but there are some people out there, I've been on the internet long enough to know, they have not developed that mental divide. That still is less on the media than on the consumer.
I was about to say, that sounds like a them problem. But it's like fiction is fiction. That means it doesn't exist. That means you have to treat it differently.
And yet, for some reason, every video game has to come with a, hey, this shit's fake warning.
Yeah, I don't know why. And that's one of those things. I think people need to understand that things in fiction, like, are not, you know, what's in nonfiction. It's like, guys, I am playing a game where, you know, I'm going to be on post-apocalyptic Earth fighting super mutants as a super hot Asian-looking girl. I'm not going to assume Eve's nationality.
I'm gonna guess the actress they use as a model is Korean. But
oh no, she is a model. I do believe they have mentioned this.
We have her name out, so yeah, no,
it's somewhere. But it's like, yes, no, we are as far from real life as we can get. Calm down.
And, like, yes, the assuming, you know, in general, sorry, that's great. Yes, thank you. Somebody in our patron chat said, "You telling me the Dragon of Dojima is fake and not a real cool badass Yakuza?" Correct. Yes, Yakuza, the Like a Dragon games are also fake. Kiryu Kazuma is not real, no matter how much you wish he was. And yeah, there are lots of games like this. We do still have these issues in our society, you know, against women and I shouldn't say other minorities. Women are technically, it's a 50-50 split in America. But, you know, and also minorities that, like, yes, I get some people are still sensitive about stuff, but also Stellar Blade should not be the source of this heat. If you personally think Stellar Blade is too horny, which I don't think it is, again, I played the fuck out of Bayonetta 1, alright? Like, this, we are not at those levels yet. Bayonetta was truly a high point in being unabashedly like, yeah, Bayonetta's hot, and she knows it, fuck you. But you can choose not to play it. I don't think we need to pot stir about it. You know, wait until the game comes out and see how it plays. I think it looks like a good vibe. I don't know if in April I'm gonna have the fucking time to play it launch day, me personally. Just because, God, there's so much shit. They said, guys, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is gonna be 145 gigs. It's literally twice as large as Remake. And this is with the fact that the PS5 is a lot better at compressing, like, 4K textures and shit. It's big, okay? I don't know, man. It's wild. So, like, but honestly, after their trailer and having a release date, I'm definitely like, oh yeah, I want to pick this up. Like, I think it's late April, so I'm like, maybe that's not April's game, but that might be May's game, you know? We'll have to see what other shit is coming, but I don't think there's anything else in the pipeline that I'm gonna fucking die for after, you know, Rebirth and so on. But, like, nah, it's fine. And like I said, if you're, you know, you're looking to us for advice for, like, how do you put it out of mind, I'm just like, I mean, to me, my universal trick for just putting shit out of mind on the internet when people are mad is just hose mad, move on.
Pretty much.
It's that Russian Badger gif I really like of, like, you know, what is it? Cope, mauled, seethe, you know, don't care, didn't ask, also plus ratio. Like, just, nah, whatever. There's, I've mentioned this before, you know, I still occasionally browse Reddit, even though I know it's shit now, after all the API changes and stuff, and they enforced yet another format change in, Reddit that made it even more inshitified. Now I have to go to newreddit.com to get it to look and function correctly. But there's a subreddit I do actually check in sometimes called Our Hobby Drama. I've mentioned them before. They do write-ups about, like, really inane fandom and hobby craft stuff. And somebody did a really lengthy post about the Elden Ring Seamless Co-op mod and the drama, and just, like, there are still people who like PvP and invasions who are still really mad about it. And, like, I'm not going to say that the anti-invasion Seamless Co-op crew were, like, immune to being, low-blow dickheads about it and also being toxic in their own way. But, like, the level of vibes of, like, no, this is the developer intended for you to have to deal with invasions if you co-op, okay? It's the developer's intention. And I'm just like, man, people be mad. It's no sweat off my nose if they're fucking mad about stuff. Let it pass.
So I'm gonna bring up two things here. A, you will not change someone's mind on the internet. You'll barely be able to change someone's mind in real life. So generally, and this leads into point 2, it takes 2 people to argue. If you don't engage, there's no argument. Just live happy in the knowledge that you like what you like. Trying to fight other people and trying to get them to change their opinion over something you like is a effort in futility. It really is. Trust me. You will spend way much more effort trying to convince someone to think the way that you do, and even then, it might not stick. So just let them have it. Everyone is a culmination of their own experiences and wisdom. So no one thinks the exact same. So like I said, if you disagree with someone or you can't handle the opinions of them, just disengage, move on with your life. You will be that much happier, trust me.
I know that my odds of seeing certain random people on the internet are very low, but, like, I am a proactive muter or blocker on Twitter.com. I see someone voice an opinion that I'm like, I never want to see this opinion again from this person.
I've done that quite a few times.
Just be like, nope, I feel no reason to go into the comments and argue with them, and I just go, I don't ever want to hear this person again. Bye. And, like, that's the shit you gotta do in life, okay? Like, you gotta cultivate stuff. And honestly, I think this turns into kind of a meta commentary, but I think this is why the Seamless Co-op mod in Elden Ring was so popular. It's because Elden Ring still has kind of crappy netcode and functionality, and, like, so even if you want to co-op and, stuff, it's, like, really jank. But it's, if you want to co-op at all, you can't self-filter for people online. Yes, not everybody who likes to do PvP and invasions in Elden Ring is a toxic dickhead. But enough of them are, and they're loud enough that, like, people don't want to have to deal with them, and they're going to choose the option where they get to engage in self-care and not deal with them. Like, I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of this discussion. That thread, by the way, on ever since the Reddit blackout and stuff, like I've mentioned before, like, Our Hobby Drama's been kind of, like, shrinking a little bit. That thread about Elden Ring is fucking huge. It's got, like, over 200 replies. So, like, people are still sauced, and it's been literal years, Personally, I'm of the opinion that, like, even if I liked to PvP invade, I would not be out here yelling about it. Like, people don't, here's my analogy, chat. People know Dark Souls randomizers exist, right? People stream them, people are interested in them. I'm not interested in them because that feels like making something that's already insane even more insane. But that's definitely not what the developer intended. They did not craft this game so that you could put it into a randomizer. Do you see people going to the nines, having a slap fight about how randomizers are not intended? You should not play the game that way. If they are, I don't see them. And like I said, I've seen a lot of the roadshow about the Seamless Co-op thing. People are still mad about it. It's nuts. But yeah, no, you just gotta do a mental health cleanse and be like, nah, I don't want none of that heat. I don't want that smoke. I'm out.
All right, I think that's enough on that. Let us move on to the final one, the only, for Agent 418 saying, hello, Lucky and Omega. Have a good weekend, y'all. Thank you, Agent 418. Thank you.
I know, I'm fucking tortured about. I've realized that a lot of my issues come from whatever version of a game I'm formative in, and unfortunately, I was persuaded to play Demon's Souls first, which is, like, the jankiest experience with a FromSoft, and I'm just like, I'm not over it. I'm still not over Demon's Souls. It sucked, guys. It still sucks. I've played the remaster. It's hard as shit. Elden Ring's all right. I just, like, I do not have the time to commit to be decent at Elden Ring. I have other shit to do, guys. rotates 180 degrees, stares at P3 sitting on my PS5 hotbar. That's a game that is... Actually, I don't know if they made it easier. I basically didn't look at any fucking reviews, other than I saw some meme clips where, like, I don't know who it was, but somebody put in cons, not Persona 5, which the internet has rightfully been dunking on that dumbass for. That's not something you should say in a review, okay? Of course it's not P5. It's Persona 3, guys. Come on. Doesn't make any gosh darn sense. So yeah, I don't know how like P3R has been reviewed, but I don't know how it's like, if it's like necessarily easier. Yes, obviously being able to control your party members is going to make it a lot less random, but
let's see, P3.
Atlus's games are known for being pretty hard, and so we'll see. I see many people have 9 billion hours of FromSoft games to go on to. I've got hundreds of hours in Persona games. I think I know what I'm doing.
Let's see here. At a quick look, we got 9 out of 10 on IGN, 89 on PC Gamer, 89 on OpenCritic.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I would love to see the 90s, but I do understand if they're not going to crack that nut, because it is... Persona 3 is definitely a very specific vibe.
And it looks like 89 on Metacritic.
Yeah, I'll take it. That's fine by me. It's not... If it got like a 70 or something, that would probably mean that something is wrong. But yes, that wraps up our mailbag. We'll be back for more of that video game shit in a little bit. But first, you may have to go into the menu and do it. I don't actually know how it's set up. But it's time for Free Talk. We have one item in the Free Talk zone. Mono Valentine's first impressions. Story-wise, I don't have a lot of impression right now. It's a Timegate event, and we're like 2 days in, so there's not a lot to say. Other than that, I will say, the Master of Chaldea, is often considered to be a self-insert character, but they're not quite for me, because they're way too nice to Karen in this event.
Yeah, no.
There's some fucking suspicious shit happening, and Karen's like hiding her face in the paper bag, and she's like, "No, don't say my name. Don't rat me out to Bazette." And I'm just like, "No, I would not. I would not."
I'm sorry. I would be like, Lady of Justice, suplex this woman.
Yes, I would. I would get to the bottom of this shit right away, and I would be like, "Oh yeah, you want to go incognito? No, listen. You're a Chaldean servant. If Bazette punches you apart, you'll just show back up at home. I don't care. You're behind this. I know it." But like, other than that, we're still very early in the event, so there's not a lot to go on.
Yeah, no, we're only 2 sections in.
Yeah, at least I appreciate our cast for this. Getting, it's not regular Medusa, but getting a little Medusa in there and getting Estrella back, back to back like that. It's a fun crew. So it's decent to see, and we'll have to see how it plays out. But it's
actually, I have a question. I have a quality of life question. Did we have the mass use chocolates ability last year? I don't think we did.
I believe we had. You could spend multiple surprise chocolates at once.
Could you?
Yeah. And I think it even had the skip previous scene ones.
I think we had to skip previous scenes, but I don't remember being able to just use 10 chocolates at once and only seeing the ones that the new ones.
Yeah, I don't recall exactly. I thought we could do that, but we might not have been able to. That's great. Hey, you want to talk about new Valentine scenes? No, that's good. I've already gotten a couple new ones. I don't. That was not 2 years.
No, it was not a thing for the past 2 years.
2 years ago was what, Murasaki? Or was that Sei? No, 2 years ago was Sei. Yeah, no, I don't think we could do multiples yet. The multiples feature has been added. I genuinely do not remember if it was last year or not.
Because I don't remember it from last year.
The interface might be new. We might have had it for Karen. Yeah, I'm not sure if we did or not. I think we did, but I'm
gonna lean towards we didn't, because I remember I did not get all my chocolates, and I remember that was kind of important because I had to still push through all of them. I also remember because like you can do specifically 10 at a time, and then you get a little box with all of them. Like I don't remember of those.
Yeah, I think I think that UI element with the box might be new. I don't actually recall. But you can skip previously seen. You can play them in sequence. It's pretty good. I've already fished up a couple brand new ones.
I've only gotten 2 new ones so far.
Yes. I will say, my first brand new one was Summer Anastasia. That one was interesting because they're voiced now, right? And they've got Charlotte Corday in there. So I'm like, that's funny to see multiple people. Haven't gotten any of the Fairy Nights or anything yet. I did get Summer Kama in my second batch. It's very amusing. I enjoy it greatly.
Yes. I am excited.
It goes exactly like you'd expect for Summer Kama. I don't even know if there's a bad end check in there. But also, I was quite pleasantly surprised to get Mysterious Renru X in my second batch as well, and it's very cute. Yeah, there is no bed in. I thought so. You got to worry about that with Coin Sky, I believe. But yeah, no. Summer Kama was a great break in, but I was pleasantly surprised about how cute Mysterious Renru X's is. Also, her chocolates look fucking delicious. They're like the wafer chocolates. I would eat the shit out of those. I think canonically she says you get a pack of 10, and I'm like, yeah, no, I understand. I would have eaten 10 of those. They're gone now. But yeah, no. Just great little time so far, and I'll enjoy more. I think I don't have any lock-ons yet. I might have gotten one just now, so I haven't spent any.
The two new ones that I got Zenobia, which was interesting. She seems to be very, very determined to be it's interesting. I don't think I can explain it properly. I don't think. Do you have a Zenobia?
No. No, I think is Zenobia limited or permanent? I think she's permanent.
She's permanent.
Yeah, I don't have one yet. Maybe when I roll in my Valentines gacha with some tickets.
Some ticks.
I'm also gonna miss out on a Hephaestion this year.
And I also got Summer Okitan. That one was quite cute, very sugar inducing.
Yeah, but yeah, so Valentine's is a good time. We're
it is a good time. We are trucking. I haven't engaged smooth brain farming right now because I literally have all my Tomamos in my line. I'm like, no, we're getting that buddy up, baby.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. We're in the first 2 days. There's no reason to smooth brain farm yet. You don't even have the best nodes that do the best drops. It's just, get some apples, do some farming. I want to make sure I'm farming right now because I want to make sure I'm getting a little ahead on farming just because, we're having a busy week, okay? We've been slamming 14. I've got P3R, so I want to make sure that I'm, using some of my time judiciously. But yeah, it's good. I like Valentine's. Let us know in the comments below what some of your favorite new Valentine's hits are. All right. Well, okay. We resume the show. And we'll be sure to have more thoughts on Valentine's. Probably, technically, final thoughts next week because the story will be over. And we'll keep on hitting our milestones of chocolates. But for now, it's time for the What's Up Zone. Sony had a state of play this week.
Yay!
First state of play of the year. And it was a good one.
Banger.
Yes. Yeah. Personally, I would say a banger. I know some people aren't as interested in some of the games and are a little more mid, but I think that's honestly, I think that's a good state for PlayStation to be in, where they show a variety of games and they actually show games. And so you're not going to hit everyone with the amount of product that Sony does in a state of play, right?
Right.
You can't appeal to literally everyone. But they've showed quite a few things. They started, and yes, I've got the video playing right now, so we can kind of block by block things. They started with just a, trailer, a commercial cut for Helldivers 2. That's coming out this month. I don't think that's going to be one of the normal PS Plus monthly games, but I am hoping it comes to, extra for free.
That'd be nice.
I don't think so, because they're only a couple weeks out, but we might still. So I'm hoping. And if not this month, hopefully in a few months maybe. Again, just because I don't have the time and budget to lock it in right now, even though it's fucking sick. It looks great. I'm excited for this game. It's just they're coming at a bad time. Also, this is a super ironic thing to say, but Foam Stars is also coming out. Technically, this upcoming less than a week, right?
I'm excited.
That's going to be day and date on PS Plus. It's one of the monthly games for even Essentials. So that's literally requires no effort on my part to get into. I just have to click download and be like, hey, we can try this out.
I'm going to try it out.
And at worst, play it for a weekend and then drop it. And if that's how it be, that's how it be. If not, who knows? Might be cool. I know a lot of people who actually played in the beta liked it. It's just one of those things where the marketing has not necessarily been doing them any favors. I think even the developers were like, "Hey guys, don't keep comparing us to Splatoon. Okay, we're doing a different thing." And yes, your game is definitely different than Splatoon. You probably should have told your marketing department that, because I do think the marketing has leaned a little into the being Splatoon-esque, right? And this happens sometimes. Marketing and the actual devs are not always lined up. But this wasn't, Foam wasn't even the Foam Stars wasn't even the next thing they did. The next big thing they did, which was one of their headliner games, and is one of the biggest sections in here, because this was about 40 minutes. It was 42 minutes. Is Stellar Blade. So there was an in-depth Stellar Blade, I guess you might even say series of trailers, right? Because it's multiple sections they've got going on.
Oh, yeah, no. No, I wasn't sure what was, but I'm pretty sure that Sony has been backing up Shift Up in this fucking project.
Oh, no, I mean, it's a... Actually, let me scroll back.
I do think...
Does this start with the PlayStation Studios logo? No, it does not. Okay, yeah. So they are staying a third-party studio, but it is presented by SIE, so they are help funding this IP. It's similar to Death Stranding in that regard. Gee, I wonder why I would make that comparison. But yeah, no, this definitely, like I said, I don't know if it's AAA. This is definitely AA, which again, not to knock Nikkei, because it looks very, very good for a live 2D phone game, but it is a live 2D phone game. Those are less complex than 3D action games. There's a lot of extra juice involved in that, so I'm sure they have been getting monetary support. And also, one thing that I think Sony is very good at is knowledge-based support. Like, to speak of Death Stranding, for instance, that's all built in the Decima engine, which is by Guerrilla.
Yep.
So, like, I'm sure they have been getting help from some of the other studios who work with Sony to pull this off. And like I said, it's a pretty in-depth dive. We get to look at our main characters. We see the playable character Eve. You've also got, the man Adam.
Adam.
Lily.
I know we're making some jokes, but I do feel like we're making a joke on Lilith with Lily. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, her full name is, because she introduces herself, is, Lily Artemis from the 5th Engineering Squad. And it's, Adam is a human man born on Earth. So he's like, this gives an reason why he's not out here kicking ass. He's just a normal man. But yeah, so, and they show a variety of things. Like, it's funny when they talk about how Eve is going to be your engineer and boost you up. They're like, skill unlocked, double jump. Very subtle, you can double jump in this game reference. Also, hey, you can double jump in this game. Sick.
Yeah,
oh,
I'm there.
Weird. Okay, they spell Zion with an X. Sorry, I'm watching the trailer with the subtitles, and that's the first time I saw it. So the hidden human city on Earth is called Zion, which is a little on the nose, but they spell it with an X, so it's cool. Also, they say it's a city for like human survivors, but everybody's real borged up in this, which is cool. It's an aesthetic.
Forgive me. What does Zion mean, or what's the relevant?
So, Zion with a Z is it's a name used in the Hebrew Bible as a safe place. But
okay.
It's been reused because of that. For instance, there is the Zion National Park in the Americas. You may recall this from the Fallout New Vegas DLC. And in The Matrix, the last city of humanity was called Zion. But normally it's spelled with a Z, so they spelled this one with an X. So, again, it goes into all the symbolism that they're very clearly leaning on. We've got an Eve, we've got an Adam, we got a Zion. So it's like, but they're changing some stuff up. So, they call Eve an angel. But it's still, like I said, it all looks good. You've got a city hub you can run around in. They'll give you side quests and stuff. You've got a wasteland full of things to worry about. Oh, like I said, I'm watching the footage again. I'm like, no, this looks good. Looks like there's quite a bit of enemy variety.
No, it's exciting. I cannot wait.
Because I think we're gonna buy this game regardless, just because again you're so into Shift Up. But like, how do you feel seeing this stuff?
Well, I'm glad that we got to see a little bit more gameplay, because like I said, I love Shift Up. I love their game design and their their design philosophy, character design, all that stuff. But the big concern I have about Stellar Blade is I was concerned that they were being over ambitious for their first console game. Yeah, it's like, so like, especially with like earlier trailers and stuff, and seeing all the stuff, it's like, oh, like a lot of times I'm like, oh man, are they actually going to be able to pull that off? All the stuff, all the scenes, all the cool like set pieces that they were showing off, and for the most part, it does look like they're going to be pulling it off. So yeah, I'm like triple sold on this thing. I was sold, then I was double sold, now I'm triple sold.
Yeah. Funnily enough, another thing I think as I'm watching the trailer, I want to say that the gameplay reminds me of is also actually, it seems, it's not as RPG heavy, but it definitely looks like they may have taken some cues from Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like, you've got these safe areas where, like, Eve can sit down in a chair to recover.
Oh, yeah, no, I remember that, yeah.
And they have vending machines where you can buy, like, consumables. Looks like you've got not that Final Fantasy has a monopoly on, round grid-based level-ups, but it does, it's got similar vibes. But it's definitely obviously going to lean much more on the action, I think, element.
Yeah, no, like, I do think like I said, I will say I am still concerned. Like I said, it is their first, it is for their first full 3D console-based, action RPG. So
yeah, I'm hoping that in this case, being designed for the PS5 in mind, and hopefully with Sony support, we can probably smooth out some of the problems we might have. I feel like if they announced they were going to port this to PC, and they may eventually anyway, just because that is how games kind of go, I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know that's going to go well, right? Because optimizing for PC can be difficult because there's a lot of different hardware combinations, and game developers do not always have the time or inclination. I won't, universally play devil's advocate to optimize for everything. But hopefully PS5, requirements in mind, they've got some juice. And I guess we'll have to, we are about a couple of months away from this hitting, and we haven't done any, extended, gameplay dives. It's mostly just quick shots of fight to fight to fight. But it seems like it's looking okay. Their graphics all look good. And like I said, I've literally been watching this trailer, there are so many different outfits Eve is wearing. You can be fucking dripped out. There's, a schoolgirl outfit. You can just go with the fucking sci-fi bodysuit. All kinds of shit. And it does seem ambitious, but they have been cooking on this for a while, and the game has been delayed a few times. I think, Hideo Kojima even called this out last year that, games usually don't get announced anymore until they're, a year or two tops from coming out. Mm-hmm. So when this was announced as Project Eve, this was probably already pretty decently in production. And then, obviously, I think they did have some extra time they needed to take to make, they had to rebrand it Stellar Blade and have some stuff come out. I think the logo treatment and you can't pre-order yet, but they have shown what the cover's going to look like.
I do know you will be able to pre-order next week, I believe Tuesday or Wednesday. They will have a physical edition, but they will have a digital deluxe version.
Yes, but they are doing a physical release, and they've shown off their cover art, and it looks pretty sick. Yes. I think the logo treatment is pretty good. I know, again, I think some people were a little trepidatious because even you were, a little worried because you're like, man, I hope we hear something soon because, it's...
Oh, yeah.
They went radio silent a couple of times, but, they've been working on it, and, they had their CEO out to talk about, and they've recruited support from PlayStation Studios.
Again, I want to talk about this. Nikkei, very player-facing. I mean, did I say Shift Up or Nikkei?
You said Nikkei, yeah. It's okay.
I want to say Shift Up, very player-facing. Like I said, we just had our almost bi-monthly, letter from the fucking director where they talk about all the things that are happening and the problems that they're having and the plans going forward. They have Shift Up has never been shy about saying, "Hey, let's talk." And that's one of the reasons why I am honestly hopeful, because I do feel like this is going to be, I think it's going to be a good game, just in general.
Yeah, no, I'm going to guess for a first crack game, I think we can comfortably guess somewhere in the 80s on the Open Critic style score, probably.
Yeah, I want to shoot for an 85.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll make a 90.
We could be pleasantly surprised, because they haven't really gone ham on the story. If this thing gets and knowing what I know about Nikkei, it probably will. It's just a question of whether or not reviewers are going to have enough time to fucking digest it, right? Just because I don't know how long this game is supposed to be, And like I said, sometimes we get on reviewers for being bad at games, but also they do need the time to review the game too. Hey, guess what? Suicide Squad didn't do review codes.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah. That's not even officially out yet, right?
I don't think so. I think it comes out this week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or next week, I should say.
Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Let me see. Oh, nope, we've got critical reviews. 61 on Open Critic. We've got, so it's out there. Oh, yeah, no. I mean, there's a few reviews that are I've seen a couple of Xbox outlets who are 8 out of 10. So I wonder if maybe the plays good on some consoles, but no, yeah, these reviews are not good. I mean, I think we all expected that, and it's not we still live in a world where a bad video game is a 60%, right?
Yeah.
So it's other than there were some issues with the early pre-release you could get access to where it completed the game right away, but it's not literally unplayable, but Yeah, definitely.
I've heard a lot of people saying that it's fun, but it's not cohesive.
Yes. The review I saw recently, which from Kind of Funny, Greg Miller gave it a 2 out of 5, which on their scale is they mean that's a bad game, not like a literally unplayable game, but it's not a great game. He basically said that like it's two ideas that were clearly mashed together. On the one hand, there is a Arkham-style Suicide Squad game that would be appealing to those people. But also, they have all this live service shit that is still, even though they took a year to retune this game, is still all tacked on there. And they just do not blend well. And that is a terrible shame, because, like, honestly, this is the studio that made those Arkham games. Some of them have been hit or miss, but, like, I could have trusted them to make a Suicide Squad-style game, right? Like, Suicide Squad was hot for a while. Now, though, it's like they got hamstrung by trying to brute force a live service game into a genre that should not be live service. We saw this with Square Enix's Avengers. You should not try to live service superhero games. That will not work that way. Or if you're gonna do it, find a better way to do it, you know?
Yeah.
Like character action games, like third-person character action games like that, I don't think those benefit from the live service model. Like, if you're gonna do it that way, at least make them, you have to be Fortnite, basically, and just be fucking stupid. Be balls to the wall. Arguably, COD has gone this route, being nutso, and, even Halo Infinite, I think, is going that direction, where they're just, like, they're doing new seasons that are just full of, like, fan service skins, but fan service skins for Halo fans are, like, obscure concept art armors that we've never gotten before, right? Like, the Halo people are a different breed, let's just say that. I say that as one of them. I know what's up, guys. I do think it's really cool that you can be George now. Sorry. Fistbear just posted something in our Final Fantasy 14 public chat. Guys, Persona 3 Reload is out in 4 minutes. Can we kill fast? True. It do be like that. But yeah, no, like, I think there is some concern about this being their first, big game out there, but I'm hoping Sony gave them the support they needed.
Yeah, and no matter what, I'm buying this physical.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can digitally upgrade to Digital Deluxe, but we will see.
Might be able to work on that. It depends on the way the game is arranged, but
yeah.
But yeah, and it's got the correct vibes. Like I said, I liked Nier Automata. I did not like it so much that I could stand to replay it several times over. But I got the vibes and I liked the gameplay. I've really liked Bayonetta. The only reason why I haven't gone back to Bayonetta 2 and 3 is just because the time of finding time to play 2 games, because I didn't own a Wii U, to be caught up. This is definitely in a genre for me, and I'm interested to see it. And like I said, I think they might do a pleasant surprise and hit a big 90, but they should be. I mean, I'm sure they will be happy with an 80-ish. And like you said, if Shift Up is really this open ended. If there are problems, they're probably going to be out there, day one being like, hey, we know we've got some technical issues. We've got some bugs. We're working on them right now. Thank you for sticking with us kind of shit, Here's our plan going forward, hopefully. And that's honestly always the kind of thing you want to see from developers. Like, you're not going to be able to release perfectly every time. And sometimes you're going to, whether that's through, your own incompetence or just the world allayed against you, but it's always good to see people trying to do better. But we'll probably continue to talk about Stellar Blade things as more things come out.
I'm pretty sure now that we got the official release date, we'll probably start getting more media on it.
Yep. Well, they'll probably do the press tour and stuff. I don't know if they seem like the kind to hit us with a demo, but they might.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's always extra dev hours, to do demo slices these days because of just how complicated and interconnected games are. But we will see. If they do a demo, I will definitely play it and see how I like the gameplay feel. But next we had, unfortunately, an announcement that was kind of a little blunted by the fact that it was super leaked ahead of time, but it did happen. What they are calling Sonic X Shadow Generations. There's nothing that can go wrong with this title. But it did happen. We are doing a current gen port of Sonic Generations, and they are adding content with Shadow. It appears to be a separate, not just a single bonus level, but a separate little extra campaign they're going to add. So there'll be, Generations, which is kind of old. I did hear some people kind of poo-poo the remaster because they were like, oh, it was, on a PS3 and 360 generation. And I want to remind everybody, yes, I know Xbox didn't have crazy hardware and you can stick 360 games in something. You can't do that with PS3 games. This is the Sony state of play. Of course they're going to hype it up. You can't play that game anymore. So yeah, no. That seems fine. I believe Generations is one of the better thought of Sonics, so that's good for them. We got yet another Zenless Zone Zero trailer. I don't want to, I don't want to be too harsh on them because it still looks good every time, but I definitely want to be like, I guess it's working for them because like Honkai and Genshin are so popular, but like Hoyoverse is really like the fucking, we will keep showing you trailers until this game comes out. You will not forget that our game exists. You might get annoyed that you keep hearing our game exists, but you won't forget,
I mean, Zenless Zone Zero, I think it's alright. Zenless Zone Zero has been in development for actually quite a while, and they've really only started their media push in like the last 6 months, so...
Yeah, but I do kind of feel like they do keep hitting us with... This at least was a trailer that confirmed they are coming with a PS5 version.
Yeah.
And it still looks good. I actually heard some people talk about, playing some of the closed betas and stuff, and it seems like it, the gameplay loop is good.
Yeah.
And some people having that discussion about how, yes, it'll still probably be a gacha, so it'll be character selection, You'll have to pay for characters, but we'll see how it plays. Like I said, it looks good, and if people are saying the actual like action gameplay loop is pretty tight, and it is, I believe, a little more action oriented. I heard some people actually kind of said that in the like closed betas and stuff, they were a little disappointed that apparently the map exploration is kind of minimal and retro. You like go through the dungeon in kind of like a 2D setup, and then you expand to 3D for fights. But if that's the style, you'll see how it plays. Next was Foam Stars. They are, reminding everybody that it's coming out and it will be day and date for PS Plus. Showed off some new characters. They're already talking about they're going to have their Season 1. They're going to talk about, various game modes they got that actually, honestly, like, looks like they got some fun stuff in there, right? Like, I think they said something like Mirror Match, where I guess, like, it's mirrored. Invisible Showdown, they call it, seems fun, where, like, the enemy team is invisible until you hit them with some foam, Like, it seems like they got good stuff. They showed off what's going to be in their season pass and stuff. They're going to, there's going to be new maps. There's going to be characters and skins and stuff. All the normal shit you'd expect. I am hoping that it being on both PS4 and PS5, so you've got a big install base. And let me actually hold on. Yeah, so let's see. It's a monthly game, so all PS Plus members can redeem the title for free from February 6th to March 4th at no extra cost. And then, actually, the way they phrase this is it's PS Plus only. To start with, you will. It says Foam Stars will be available for purchase for all PlayStation players for $29.99 from March 5th onward. So again, this is a game that they're not even asking you for full price for, right? This will be a $30 game once the monthly free period has ended. So I think it's fine, and I will play it for free. I shell out for fucking PlayStation Plus Extra for a reason, y'all. Another fun little announcement though. Dave the Diver is coming to PS5. It seems this April. They also announced they're going to do an actual honest to God Godzilla collab, which is just fun. But yeah, so that's a good sign. Love to see games that are out there come to PlayStation that weren't originally. We did not get any announcements of any. There are a lot of rumors on the wind that some formerly Xbox/PC exclusive games may end up on PlayStation. That Xbox may be opening the floodgates on that one a little. That has not happened yet, but there are industry people who seem to think it's plausible that some stuff like Hi-Fi Rush is the big one they've talked about, but games like that may hit PlayStation, in which case I will be interested. Honestly, at this point, I think if Starfield gets a PS5 release, I think I'm still going to play it on PC eventually, just because the game sounds like it's still a little undercooked, and I'm like, nah, I'm going to want the mod scene to clean this up. I'm going to want some mods to, like, unfuck the UI and inventory tabs and stuff. And who knows, maybe make the butts look better. I don't know, man. I don't know what the modding scene is like. I've actually heard that a lot of people have dropped off modding Starfield just because it's not as fun as doing Skyrim, which is very sad. It's okay. Todd Howard is going to count his fucking bajillion dollars that, he's still got, and also that he may be getting when they do that Indiana Jones game. Oh, and the next trailer was a very interesting game, which the description of this game is kind of different from this trailer, but it's V Rising, which is like a vampire game. It's got a little it's kind of isometric, like almost
It's
top
down.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
Top down, action game, 3D action game where you play as a vampire. The interesting thing this trailer I don't think shows off a lot is apparently the pitch for this game is that it is going to be effectively survival themed.
Yeah.
The idea is that you are going to have to build up your settlement and your power base so you can like hide during the daylight and like get your followers to deliver you blood and stuff.
I think I've heard of this. I think I've heard of this game before. I just don't remember it that well.
Yeah, no, like I think this game was announced already. It's just they didn't have trailers, but yes, they are firmly saying that it's coming out in 2024 and it will be on PS5 as well. It's by Stunlock Studios, so like that's a cute one.
It's been in early access. That's why.
Okay, yeah. So it's early access already, but it's coming to PS5. And then I think what turns out to be one of the more, I feel like in retrospect, one of the more awkward turns. Sean Benson came out to talk about how PlayStation has always worked so closely with Konami, about horror themes, and they want to talk about Silent Hill. So number one,
now that I think about this,
that's a very awkward read. We'll talk about why it's awkward if you don't know later, but that has some weird vibes. But actually, honestly, from Konami, looking the neatest is they announced a new Silent Hill kind of mini game, Silent Hill: The Short Message. It is a free downloadable game on PS5 for Silent Hill. It's very I made the joke about Project Eve being near coded earlier. The Short Message is very clearly PT2, right?
Yeah.
Like, Silent Hill has never really been first-person before. This is first-person. It doesn't look like there's any combat or anything. It's just really freaky and maze-like. That said, if, like, Konami does still own the Silent Hill IP, and I think they hopefully know that they made a mistake in boxing up Hideo Kojima and, like, canceling PT, right? So, like, if they're like, yeah, we're coming back to it, that seems decent. Actually, that came out. Let me check reviews. If people had enough time to review it. Silent Hill: A Short Message. Ooh, how many reviews? Oh, it's only got like a 53 on Metacritic. Yeah, it looks like it's not being super well reviewed. Games Radar did say it's interesting, not amazing. So yeah, it's an odd one. Well, it released Silent Message released instantly on PS5 as well. So we got some stuff. And then they moved into a Silent Hill 2 trailer. This is really interesting for me because, like, I'm not a Silent Hill guy, right? I don't know shit about Silent Hill. And I know some people who also don't know anything about Silent Hill. To most of us, this trailer looks fairly normal. The main thing is that, and I will say this is weird marketing, when this got released later on YouTube, this Silent Hill 2 remaster trailer, or remake trailer, was billed as a combat trailer. And from what I understand of Silent Hill, like, it's not supposed to be a combat-heavy game. Like, yes, you can combat. And arguably back in the day, I'm sure it was clunky as fuck to combat.
Tank controls, baby!
Yeah. But every fucking game is like that. Resident Evil was like that back in the day. And I'm not going to say that Resident Evil hasn't had a glow-up, but Resident Evil already made the proactive switch to being much more of an action horror game, right? And Silent Hill is not really known for that. There's still no release date on this. I don't even think I'm watching the end of the trailer. Is there gonna? No, it's just wishlist now, in development. So there's not even a release window for this game. So, like, some people don't like some of the things, Bloober Team has done. Apparently they've had some kind of, middling success with games. But I don't, my main vibe I got from this is just this game is still so in early development that they don't have anything to show, but they made combat work. So I don't know about the vibes. I know a lot of people who are diehards for Silent Hill who are not, like, getting good vibes off this trailer. So it'll be interesting to see how that ultimately plays out, because, like, on the one hand, yes, this remake of Silent Hill 2 may definitely be much more accessible than the original version, but if you kind of, like, cut off the diehards who've been waiting for this sort of thing, for this franchise to come back, I don't know if that will revitalize the franchise in the long term, right? You got to be careful about doing splits from, like, classic vibes to now.
Yeah.
I think even Resident Evil sometimes, like, struggles with this because, like, I think Capcom does, like, occasionally delist or, like, block out some of the older versions of their games. And some people are like, I don't know if, like, these remakes of, like, 2 and 3 should, like, definitively replace the original versions, And I'm pro media preservation, but also I'm pro being able to play games. Like games that are both physically you can play them and enjoy them, and also like you can buy them on modern storefronts and access them. And I think in general, Resident Evil doesn't have as much of this problem because generally it is accepted that the remakes they have been doing are good. Also, the new games they have been making are good. So, like, I know they had some rough patches, but, like, the games are good, and that is all you need. I want to say, I think that is the ultimate takeaway you should take from the Palworld story. I don't really want to, we talked about this a little, I think, on, like, 2 weeks ago on Monday or something. I don't think we need to go into Palworld at all, but, like, I think the core lesson you should learn from that game is if the gameplay is good, it doesn't matter how much of a ripoff you are or how, jank you are. People will still play it and sing your praises, Like, you could have the most original idea in the world. If the game not good, you're not going to follow through.
Nope.
Let's see. Our next trailer was, we actually got a new trailer for Judas.
Still didn't show as much as I would like.
No, this game I think is still a little far out. Let me tab to the end and see if there's a release window.
I don't think there is.
Let's see. Fix what you broke. That's the tagline. Wishlist now in development. Yeah. So no hard and fast window. That said, they actually have something resembling gameplay footage this time. Previously, it was just like a complete story trailer. That said, I mean, the trailer at least shows me the things I think people want to see. This is just a trailer demonstrating once more that, like, hey, we are indeed making BioShock 4. That's what this game is. It's by Ken Levine, who is the mastermind behind BioShock, but he's, left to spin off his own studio. There's going to be some fucking social shit. Literally, there's a shot of you getting hit with a thumbs up that's thrown, but it's going to be a first-person shooter. You're going to have glowy hands that do stuff. There's going to be some real fucked up shit. I know I heard a lot of people wince at that one shot where, like, the character's arms are getting fucking molecularly reconstructed.
Oh, yeah.
It's very gooey. There's also a pretty intimate shot of a guy getting his fucking face melted, So, like, no, this is at least showing all the correct beats. It's still, we're fucking far out, okay? Which is a shame, but because they announced it a while ago. But, I'm on board.
It seems to have a 70s, 80s, but in space vibe.
Yes. Which is, I think that's fine. That is distinct from the way the previous BioShocks have been, but is still, like, in the same oeuvre.
Yeah.
I'll get into it. I mean, I think there were some other games, like, I think the now canceled Hyenas by Creative Assembly and Sega was going to go for that kind of vibe as well. And they straight up were like, nah, we don't got it. Which, by the way, I want to shout out, I haven't talked about that a lot, because I was, like, mildly interested in seeing what they were going to do, because that was the studios making that were the guys who made Alien Isolation, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, if they're going to make a co-op, like, looter shooter, I'll check it out. They did, like, a closed beta test, and people were not into it, and the studio said, nope, we're scrapping this. Huge respect to that. I know that that's very rough, especially in these times, a lot of layoff, to just go straight up like, nah, we are not making this game. But I appreciate the fact that they got it to a beta test level, they put it out there, and they said, no, we don't got it. We don't got this. We're going to admit we don't got this. We're going to cut our losses now and try to work on something new that we do got, That does not happen a lot. And honestly, I think there are a couple of games that probably should have had that moment. We don't got this. But, that's where he is. Let's see, which one is this one? Oh, this is Metro VR. It's a VR game. It looks VR. I still can't.
Again, it makes me wish that I had VR. If I had
I want to
VR...
get PSVR too, but fucking that's another, like, what is it, like $300?
Yeah.
And then you have to buy VR games also? Nah, man, I don't got that right now.
There was I think it was, like, next on the list, the next VR game, where it looks like where you can just, like, grab swords and do, like, all sorts of crazy shit. I'm like, oh, I know that game.
Yes, that is the game by Urban Wolf. Yeah, it's the next trailer. That is a great fucking segment that I've seen gift on the internet where the player throws some tables out of the way to grab a fucking skeleton and then just starts beating his ass. And I'm like, no, this is what VR games should be. This is cool as hell. Unfortunately, I cannot afford this right now. Yeah, I just saw the clip. It's like, this looks sick. I'm watching the trailer again, tabbing through it. Nah, this looks good, but also, like, not for me just yet. Let's see, what is it called? Legendary Tales, action role-playing game. Yeah, it looks great. And I guess we'll be getting reviews soon. That's going to be February 8th.
Oh, okay.
VR is sadly, like we said, still in kind of its own separate nexus, though. Then we got a pretty bitchin' trailer for Dragon's Dogma 2. Looking sick. Showing off some new vocation stuff that looks really good. Like, this... I know that they've been showing gameplay for, like, honestly, it feels like a year at this point, but, like, it all still looks so good.
I'm still laughing over Wizard with a Great Sword.
No, yeah, no, that vocation, I mean, I'm here for it. I'm fucking ready. I'm ready to summon a giant ice ramp so I can do a sick jump attack. Like, it looks good. They do a thing where, like, you pull out a staff, but it turns into, like, a bow and you shoot magic arrows, and I'm like, nah, this looks good. Again, this is late March, literally the same day as Rise of the Ronin, so I do not know when I will have time for Dragon's Dogma 2. I did not have time to finish Dragon's Dogma 1. I own it, but I never have beaten it. And I probably will want to see maybe reviews and stuff before. They have said that I think they're going to, like, avoid fast travel and stuff, but they're doing that deliberately because I think even one of the developers said the reason why there's fast travel in other games is because the in-betweens are boring. That's just our game. Our game is just the in-betweens part. And I'm like, no, that tracks. That can work. But we'll see how it plays out. And then we had our next big chunk, which was the advertised second big chunk, Rise of the Ronin, taking place in the Bakumatsu period, by Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo, and I mean it looked good. This is another game that is like personally addressed to me. Hey, you want a fucking sick like open world action game, set in historical Japan, but a different historical period than like Ghost of Tsushima. You want a fucking grapple jump hang glide? Yeah, I do kind of want to do that. That sounds cool.
And then drop onto your horse out of nowhere?
Yeah, summon your horse, fucking do a fucking sick flip. And you're going to have, like, stance mechanics, parrying, stuff like that, all the stuff you'd expect. Choose a different combat style. Like, no, this is going to be... I think this game is going to be solid. They've showed off some of the stuff you're going to do. Like, they've got some big names in it.
Sorry, I just got Clan Sky's Lights chocolate randomly.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to the danger zone. I'll be right back.
Be careful. Sorry, hold on. I don't think I noticed this. Nope. Yeah, that's a fucking flamethrower. Okay. I was like, I didn't notice that the first time. I will say that's a plus for this Rise of the Ronin game, that you have, like, flamethrowers and fucking muskets and stuff. You can bayonet fight. Sorry, I just saw him whip out his fucking revolver and do an execution.
I'm sorry, Foe is in this, and so we're getting Kawasumi's Foe noises.
Oh, yes, that's so good. Thank God I have a light and I'll be able to listen to this. Let's see. The boss fight with Shinpachi Nagakura. Hey, Fate fans, if you're listening to this, keep an eye on this game. It's going to have shit you like and characters you want to see. Let me see, which battle is this supposed to be? Yes, Battle of Toba Fushimi. Is in the Boshin War. Yeah, Lucky's not okay.
I'm sorry, Clan Sky just put out our sniper rifle and is now fighting Foe. Excuse me.
It's great. But yeah, no, so this is like this Rise of the Ronin game is full blown set in the heat of the Boshin War and the Bakumatsu period, the late 1800s, so I'm gonna have some real fun there. It looks pretty good. They got a variety of stuff going on. Looks like they got a lot of really cool, decent enemy and weapon variety and a lot of stuff going on there. Oh, looks like you'll be able to hang out with the homies.
Yeah.
They're showing some group character stuff. You're gonna have like spear and naginata stuff. That's the part that I think to me is like the most appealing. Like Ghost of Tsushima is pretty cool. It was very much focused on the a little slightly anachronistic like katana fantasy, which I love, but also like this looks like there's going to be some sick different martial arts. Nah, this is going to be good. Forge Your Fate, March 22nd. And then one that's a little bit, I feel like also a little bit of an underwhelming trailer, but an interesting one. They announced they are remastering Until Dawn. So
I have never played Until Dawn.
No, I never got around to it. I think we said we might stream it some years ago, and like because it's been on like PS Plus like several times, as like a spooky game. I would not ever play, I think, Until Dawn on my own, like alone, as it were, right? Like I'm just not. It's basically a choose your own horror movie kind of game, and it's like that's cool, but also not my kind of vibe. It's interesting to see they're coming with a remaster for PS5 and for PC. They have actually, like, not in the trailer talked about, it does actually sound like they are doing some interesting new features. Like previously it was kind of like, whatchamacallit, like fixed camera type stuff, right? They said this remaster is going to have like an actual like third person camera you can move around, which sounds interesting. They're gonna like take the original performance capture data and like up-res everybody. So it could be neat, but it seems very inessential. It reminds me a lot of like Last of Us Part 2 remastered, right? You could totally already play Until Dawn and probably play it just fine. Some of this stuff might be interesting, but it is a inessential remake. And then the big one, the actually had the most time about it. Literally they have chapters in the state of play now, so you can see how long every section is. our finale is the longest section. Stellar Blade was the second longest.
Yep.
So right at the top. And then Rise of the Ronin was the third longest. It was the featured choice, but definitely I feel like they kept mum about like what the real big zinger of the state of play was. With good reason. Because spoilers, it's Death Stranding 2.
Gasp.
No. And it's one of those Hideo Kojima trailers, everybody. He hand edited this himself. And like I mean, just we were watching this while fishing, and I'm like, it's fucking sick, guys. Like, it's one of those things, right? Like, I don't think there's anybody else out there who quite has the same creative vibes as Hideo Kojima, and like gets away with it, right? Like, there are other really good minds, but I know for a fact that like Remedy, right, and Sam Lake, they've had to struggle with getting their games funded previously. Hideo Kojima does not suffer for that problem. Like, he has the money to do a lot of shit, but like there's a lot going on in this trailer. I mean, I like this trailer a lot more than that first teaser we got, because that first one was just like, hey, Death Stranding 2 exists. This is like actually tells me what Death Stranding 2 is going to be about. And as a player of Death Stranding 1, I'm interested, right? But yeah, no, Hideo Kojima game. So they're on a boat called, the company you now work for is Drawbridge, but their boat is called the Magellan. The boat is just Metal Gear Rex's head.
It's sick. I love it.
No, it's fucking cool. And I'm pretty sure, like, I saw some people talk about reacting to the trailer, like, oh, why is everybody grayed out in this scene? I'm pretty sure it's because the boat goes to the beach, so the boat fucking teleports through, the barrier between life and death. That's pretty cool, right? But it's got all your, your hub shit. They talk about armory, showers, etc.
I failed the event. Apparently, just being like, no, gimme chocolate was not the right answer.
Interesting. But, like, this is a very in-depth trailer because it shows you, like, story beats and stuff. Sam's coming back because they want to reconnect the network in places besides the U.S., The original game stopped at just America, and now we're at least talking about, like, Mexico. We also have a new little buddy in the form of a puppet.
A stop-motion puppet?
Yes, no. I don't actually know if it's literally stop-motion animated, but Hideo Kojima has since tweeted they deliberately cranked his frame rate down to make him look stop-motion. Again, I reiterate, this is all Guillermo del Toro's fault. He recently did a stop-motion film. I'm sure Hideo Kojima was like, damn, Guillermo, that's fucking sick. I'm gonna do that.
I don't know, because the puppet's based off of another filmmaker, Fatih, it's in the credits.
Okay. So maybe it's not entirely Guillermo's fault, but it's definitely because Kojima hangs out with film people, and he was probably like,
yes, but Fatih Akin, Turkish-German film director and screenwriter.
Yeah. I do think the joke the puppet makes in the trailer about being put on Sam's butt is definitely a Mimir reference.
That is definitely a God War reference.
Because, I mean, this is a first, this is like a weird, would we even say second-party Sony game? Because, like, Sony owns the Death Stranding IP, but Kojima Productions is obviously not owned by Sony.
Yeah, but they're also using the Decima engine, which is from
Guerrilla,
which is a fucking Sony.
That's why I say, like, I think it might technically be like you'd call it like a second-party studio. Like, it's partially being produced by in-house tech, but is technically like from an independent contractor.
Yeah,
but still, like, it's cute they get the reference in there. And I'm not opposed to the puppet. Like, he looks weird, but Sam definitely probably could have used somebody to fucking talk to out in the wilderness, And it does kind of seem like something's going on with Lou that, obviously we let Lou out of the pod anyway, but so you're still going to have your baby pod, but Lou will not be in there.
It's empty.
Stuff going on. Yeah, it's empty. And in the trailer, Sam talks about, like, Lou dying, but then Higgs is like, Troy Baker's like, you don't fucking know anything, do you?
Oh my God, that entire scene.
Yeah, so, like, this trailer starts freaky, but it starts normal for, like, a cinematic trailer. They're doing the weird thing with, like, they've got a girl with, like, fucking reverse needle marks that tar comes out of and stuff, and it's all fucked up, but Sam's here, he's got his hats, he's chilling out. Show off some new vehicles,
I don't know, I thought that was Higgs for a second.
I thought it was Higgs as well. That's what I even said, I think, when we were watching. I'm like, oh, that somebody dug this motherfucker up. I think that's one of the girls, though. Because they talk later about finding one of them in a chrysalis.
Okay.
But then, like I said, halfway through this trailer, you see some guys in red armor and you see some robots, and then it's fucking Higgs is back. He's come back from the dead. He's come back from the beach. He takes off his weird anonymous mask. He's been Joker-fied, everybody.
It works.
It does. I mean, Troy Baker is a phenomenal actor, like, in terms of voice. I think we mentioned this before, but, like, Bethesda's indie game pegged him as Indiana Jones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so he's got the range, but no, he just has this little moment. And I said to myself earlier, I'm like, how the fuck did we make Higgs more extra? This guy was already the most over the top motherfucker in this game, and he got more somehow.
I still love the fact that the pizza quest in Death Stranding was just fucking Higgs fucking with you.
Yeah, no, it's great.
It's like,
But yeah, no, he has this whole fucking monologue with Sam. He talks to the puppet, and stuff. And then things get really Hideo Kojima, because like he's doing some weird shit with the BB unit. Sam's asking about Lou, and then there's a cyborg ninja. Everybody,
but it's like it's a cyborg ninja. Cries. It has the face is the sensor is the BT sensor from the first game, and it has because the ones that Higgs use have like the red tinge, but this one goes back to the blue tinge, and I'm just like,
yeah, and it laughs like you. And then, like I said, he has a fucking lightning shooting guitar that is also a literal axe, and
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but like when he plays it, he plays the opening to fucking BB's theme,
which I think I at least in the first trailer, that also had that cover literally by Troy Baker on guitar, because he can do that. I don't know if the original was involved him, but like he's done a guitar cover of this. He plays the notes, he shoots lightning, he gets into the most Hideo Kojima-ass like action scene. And this is when they start rolling the other credits. So like character and mechanical design, we got Yoshi Shinkawa back, which is great. The same guy doing some of the soundtrack stuff is in there. We've got title design. Like we get a little cute moment of Sam and the baby doing normal stuff, and like, it's fucking wild.
There's so much about this trailer.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned it right away now, but like we talked earlier about the hand thing. I think that got in the air at the top, but like Fragile's in this, and she jokes about I'm fragile in name only now. And she's got her what on Twitter anyway. Hideo Kojima's calling his second hand, the second hand. So she's wearing like these little surgical glove gauntlet things around her neck, which just give her extra hands. They cover her face. They fucking hold stuff. At the end of the trailer, she sticks a cigarette in her mouth and it snaps its fingers to light it. We've got a weird thing where we're finding mysterious women in the goo. We have at least 2 characters being discovered this way, including, Ellie Fanning is one of the new actors on, who's being very mysterious. They've got this weird thing with, like, she shows up with, like, puppet strings and there's a puppet in it. Should we have connected, Like, I don't know. Like, the original Death Stranding was already such a, like, great, like, Hideo Kojima does, like, trippy sci-fi stuff, right? Like, this is just more of that, and it genuinely seems like a proper what you want to call it, like a there. He's not doing a sequel for no reason, right? Like the original Death Stranding does do a really good job of like wrapping up its own themes and character beats, right? Brings you conclusions. You get the stuff with Cliff and Amelie and all that stuff, and you do resolve Higgs. But also still is an open-ended world question, and this seems like it's gonna get back to that and kind of like be, more of what we want.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm ready for it. Oh, also, I think you were gonna. I think you already looked it up. You were gonna ask about the second model they've got in the game. I just paused on the credits, but I think you dug that name up already. It's Norman Reedus, Leah Sado, Ellie Fanning, Shioli Kutsuna, Troy Baker, and then special appearances
George Miller and Fatih.
Yes, who are. Good?
Oh, no, keep going, please.
I was just going to say, and that's like Guillermo del Toro's, Dead Man's position in the first one, where they're modeled, and Hartman as well. They're modeled after those people in real life that Hideo Kojima knows, but they couldn't get them in to do the actual performance, so.
The Japanese actress, I do believe, is that girl in white that was floating in the trailer on strings.
Yes, the black-haired girl, and then we got the blonde-haired one. I have immediate like thoughts and suspicions about Kojima, what he's going for, but I'll save it for the game. We got a long time to wait, everybody, because it is a 2025 release window.
We got a minute.
Yeah. That said, hey, 2025 already looking like they've got a good slate. We're gonna get Death Stranding 2 and Monster Hunter Wilds. It's gonna be a time. But the rest of the credits are, scenario by Hideo Kojima, produced by Hideo Kojima, game design and director Hideo Kojima, obviously. And he edited the trailer, but main title design by Kyle Cooper, mechanical and character designs by Yoji Shinkawa, who is the classic Metal Gear character designer.
Yep.
Also did, I think, all the mecha design for Zone of the Enders as well. So, like, Kojima's getting the production posse back together. Music by Ludwig Forsell, who did the sound, produced the soundtrack for the last one. So, like, no, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be a good time. And then, like I said, the reason why I think that Konami comment was a little awkward. So, Herman Holtz comes out, the new director of PlayStation Studios, and he's in studio with Hideo Kojima, and they're chatting it up and stuff, right? Talking about Death Stranding, and then Hideo Kojima ends this state of play, which has already been a banger. We got a secret Death Stranding 2 trailer, in a release window, right? We've got dates on Stellar Blade and stuff, and then Hideo Kojima says, "Hey, by the way, after I'm finished with Death Stranding 2, I'm working on a new action espionage game." It's obviously going to take a while to remember, but I've been done game for like 40 years. I've been working with PlayStation for like 30 years. I'm going to make a new action espionage video game that's also going to be a movie. We're, talking about movie quality. He says in 2 years he's going to reach his 40th anniversary of game production, and this will be, he said he's calling this new, which is tentatively titled Fizz-Int. You see it at the end of the trailer, and that's what he called it on Twitter. He's calling it the culmination of his 40-year career. And, if you are Konami, which, by the way, Metal Gear Delta was absent from this presser. But, if it's a slap in the face, it's a slap in the face they deserve. It is their own fault this happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also, damn, what a power move. Hideo Kojima comes out, shakes hands with the head of PlayStation Studios, and says, "Hey, I'm making a new game." Which, honestly, given that Death Stranding 2 is not coming out until 2025, and he's still working on Overdose for Xbox, right? And he's saying that Fizz-Int isn't properly in production yet. This next game is very possibly going to be a PS6 game at this rate.
Oh, Jesus.
If they are still in pre-pro, they have not started physical production, and they're not going to start until Death Stranding is completely out the door, which is not until next year. We're talking about this game is probably not coming out until 2030. It could very well be a PS6 launch game. That's wild. It's wild, y'all. That said, I'm fucking hyped. Let's go. Hideo Kojima tells me, "Hey, I'm making Metal Gear, but I can't call it Metal Gear." I'm like, "I'm there, sir. I'm in. Sign me the fuck up." I want to see what Metal Gear looks like. One, when you don't feel bound by the canon of Metal Gear, right? Mm-hmm. And two, when I'm sure Sony is writing you an unlimited fucking check. Because I'm sure Sony, I don't know who approached who first, right? But I'm sure if Hideo Kojima said to Sony, he was like, "Hey, guys, I know I'm working on Death Stranding 2 right now, and I'm still excited about that IP, but man, I would feel jonesing to develop some Metal Gear. Would you guys be interested in me making a Metal Gear game that's not Metal Gear?" I'm sure Sony saw little dollar signs in their eyes, and they're just like, "Yes, do it. Whatever you want, Mr. Kojima. If we can't buy Metal Gear, we'll just make new Metal Gear." So yeah, no, that sounds really interesting. I am still hopeful. We talked a lot when you were playing Metal Gear 2 this Monday, about how Konami can approach a remake of those first two games that I think would be good and be a decent way to revitalize their franchise. Especially because they would probably be in more bite-sized, almost episodic installments. I think they could get some mileage out of that. I think you said this when the trailer hit, but I do think this is the death knell for Kojima and Konami mending any bridges.
Yeah.
This sadly means that Metal Gear Solid 5 Director's Cut will probably not come. Which is a shame, obviously, to end Metal Gear in kind of that unfinished state. But we're still gonna get good games. I'm interested in how Delta will go. It looks like it's looking all the right thing, and they're doing the song and dance. And Kojima's own project is years off. I've heard some people joke, start conspiracy theorizing that I don't think this is true, by the way, because Metal Gear Delta is coming. But people are joking about or theorizing that Sony's bought the Metal Gear IP and it's just gonna be Metal Gear 6. I don't think that's true. I think Konami is actually not interested in selling the Metal Gear IP anymore. They're actually on the ball for this stuff, or trying anyway. But yeah, I don't know. It's wild. But yeah, no, what a zinger. And then technically they had one more. Because I know you and I are both expecting this because this was actually the day the State of Play came out was Final Fantasy VII's anniversary.
Yep.
There was no rebirth in this. Instead, they ended the State of Play by saying they're going to have another State of Play next week, and the featured game will be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think it is basically completely soft confirmed the demo will drop that day. People are reporting that the demo has been uploaded to the back end of PS Store. So straight up, that's going to be the demo day. And assuming it works like previous demos have worked, you will probably either get I think they've confirmed you will get a bonus for doing the demo first. I do not know if they're going to go full story carryover. I hope they do. But yeah, we'll have to see. I know for 16 they did do that, where like literally I played all the story demo in it for 16, and I literally picked up from where I left off when the game came out. But yeah, good state of play. Video games, good, exciting. Very happy about that. And we're gonna get a fucking another one, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a very strong start to the year for Sony. I think they're coming out swinging, so I'm excited.
Super excited.
Yeah. Obviously, we got a lot of fucking video games coming out and stuff. A lot of stuff going on, but it's a good time. I think the state of play was good. I know, as always, I see some haters in the comments being like, "It was mid at best." What video games do you want to play, bro? Just say what games you want to play. I know there weren't any in this state of play, but like, what do you want to play?
I think it's one of those things that people wanted new game announcements, because I don't think actually anything new was announced in this.
Other than the Kojima title, no, I don't think any of this was new. And obviously, like we said, that's literally years away. But admittedly, I know you are correct, people do want to see that. This was not advertised that way, at least, because they said it. They advertised this as this will be over 40 minutes of games from first and third party friends, and will feature Stellar Blade and Rise of the Ronin.
Yeah,
this was factually correct. But yeah, no, you are right that there were no brand new titles that were really featured. Other than I think it's a remaster, so it doesn't count. But the Sonic X Shadow Generations was technically new. But that was.
I guess that is true. That was leaked.
It was leaked, but it's a remake. It's a remaster of a game that already exists. So like there were no like new titles. All good stuff. Also, while I personally do not engage with it anymore, we've had that conversation before about, it takes two people to argue, but the console war does still rage in the dark corners of the internet, and, I'm not going to say that I see, I'm expecting fucking Xbox fanboys to be in the comments of a state of play, but also, there probably are Xbox fanboys in a fucking state of play, because I still think that Xbox is not doing, super hot right now. They announced that after all that talk about the Blizzard Activision merger, they're gonna lay off like a fuck ton of people, which is not a great vibe.
Nay.
And I still don't. What even is Xbox's like next big thing? Is that Hellblade 2? Is what they got next on the slate? I don't even know anymore.
I shrug.
He's shrugging. We know it's fine. But yeah, so like video games are looking good. I'm excited for stuff. I'm excited to play some more video games. But
game.
We're over 2 hours in the Raw. We've talked about plenty of FGO stuff. Very exciting news. Talking about games being good. Fucking again, we are not like yelling and screaming about it, but it is kind of incredible that we are finally, after the 20-year mark, getting Fate Stay Night in English. Like this is going to be an official wider release, and I'm very excited for it because it is a crazy time, because that original has been in that state of like, well, okay, you can get it, and you gotta download the translation patch, and you gotta hope the translation patch is good, and maybe it's not good, but they trying, And yeah, this is it. It's great. But I was saying that we are over the 2 hour mark, and we are about 20 minutes from our next ocean fishing opportunity, and I need that Titania barding. I stand my fairy king. So I'm ready to get on out of here and get to that. I did put in my notes in all caps fishing, but like I don't think you need us to talk anymore about fishing. We already explained it somewhat in the mailbag, and like we're vibing right now. Okay, it's a Moogle's Treasure Trove event. It's a Moogle Tombstone event. We always go ham when those happen because there's a lot of good shit. Literally, we were doing some mount farming yesterday on Thursday, and we were talking about like do we need to do any Stormblood mounts? And the general answer is no. Not a lot of people need Stormblood mounts because they were basically all of them. I think literally all of them were a reward last Moogle Tombstone event, and we went hard on it, and I know I went hard on it to get all of those dogs, get me those wolf whistles. So like these are always like super rewarding and fun, and there's a lot of cool stuff in there, and we like to go ham on it. So I'll definitely catch you guys for this ocean fishing trip. Maybe if we do any other shit, I can stay online. Otherwise, then I'm gonna go play P3. Everybody, it's finally time. At least I didn't have to make Lucky feel sad by talking about how cool it was to play P3. I couldn't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say people can't talk to me about P3, but I don't remember the original game, and I had to cancel my collector's edition to save money. So I'm not.
I will hold in my thoughts until a properly scheduled segment in the show, probably next week.
Yeah.
And I honestly, even then, I probably won't go too in depth because, like, I don't want to. It's been many years since P3. If you never played the original, I don't want to ruin the beats. It's a vibe, okay? It's a vibe, and I think the vibe is correct because it plays the classic main menu theme when I pull it up on my PS5 with the piano beats. So I'm like, we're good. Thumbs up. Anyway, let's fish. So, Lucky, if you have nothing else to bring to the people before the scheduled hour of fishing, the dark fishing.
Well, we got 20 minutes before that.
Yeah, if you got something, we got some time.
Do we want to talk Singularity War at all? Anything you want to?
We could. Oh, actually, shit.
What's up?
Is the latest episode uploaded?
Shit. I mean, I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. No.
I'll do that as soon as I get out of this leap of faith.
Yeah. I mean, we're trekking on Singularity War. You're very excited. I'm very excited. We're having a good time.
I'm very excited.
We're making moves and getting into some fun stuff, and I'm continuing to chip away at the back end of the game, and also just add stuff. Bless you again.
Thank you.
Add stuff as you guys need stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally last time you cornered some guys that I were talking about were on TACnet, and I have that GM thought because not only am I running this game, I'm also writing this game, and I'm just like, ooh, I have not given you guys a way to stop this man from being TACnetted. I should probably do that.
Also means a way to people to stop TACnetting us.
Yeah, that's what I said. It works both ways, so it's fair. But also, I'm like, ooh, that's a problem that hypothetically you should be able to solve. The way I generally treat the Singularity War, because it's all about like freelancing, cyberpunk jobs and gigs and stuff, is like, no. There should always be a solution to every problem. It just requires you to do the appropriate amount of pre-planning and gear purchasing. And guess what? If you're broke and you can't pre-purchase enough gear, that's when things we gotta get spicy.
Also, shout out to us for watching Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, that really got us in. We sadly have not been able to watch the last 3 episodes. Probably will not by this Saturday because I have been looking at external Blu-ray, BD drives, and they're not super expensive, but all of them are like 2 weeks shipping anyway.
Oh yeah,
because they're even a lot of them, if they're direct from Amazon, they are actually kind of pricey. I don't want to pay $60 for a plug-in Blu-ray player, even if I can use it with multiple things. So the main thing is I've owned my Ghost in the Shell standalone complex DVDs for many years, and my computer is not playing the final disc, so we're missing the last 3 episodes. We'll get in there. They're cool. I just need to work out the budget in that.
Like I do actually like the idea of watching like something cyberpunky. The Saturday before we actually play gets you in the mood, gives you ideas.
Well, when I get the Blu-ray player, I also own Appleseed Ex Machina on Blu-ray.
Yeah, let's go.
But yeah, no, it's a good time. And maybe we'll find something else to watch, or maybe we'll just fish. I do have to make sure to block out the time. Like I said, I will record The Wanted, so I have to block out the time to write it and shoot it. But that shouldn't take me all day. But yeah, Singularity War is progressing, and we're having a good time.
Yes, I guess in hindsight, there's nothing to specifically talk about it. But like I said, we just have been super involved, and
yeah, we're working on stuff. Reminds me, I gotta talk to. I don't think I left the company to talk to Aaron about he's making a new contact. I gotta write that swordsmith person down. I gotta figure out some stuff. Yeah, no, like I said, I was thinking about like, do we have something to discuss? Like, oh wait, I mean, we could talk about last session, but people can't watch that one yet, so.
Oh, well, I guess I think the thing that's like on my mind might not, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do Leap of Faith right now, which is the jump puzzle in Final Fantasy XIV, and it's the Slithlands, which is infamous now. You cannot go into this without people screaming about burning down this fucking forest. But
yeah,
I'm getting a little tongue tied here.
Yeah,
but the thing that I think that is on my mind is Claymore, the character I play, is making some moves, and I don't think Omega necessarily has mechanics, I want to say, for the moves he's making.
No, there's not quite a back end for this yet, but
yeah, so it's like it's just one of those things. Like I'm very excited to like continue this train of thought, but at the same time, I'm a little concernicus that I might be putting too much onus on Omega's ability to improvise on the fly.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that. We're pre-improvised for some of this stuff.
Sick. I missed the jump again. Off into the fucking foliage I go.
Rip. But yeah, we're having a fun time. You should check out the AP series if you haven't already. We're only like, once the next one gets uploaded, we're only 7 in. So, though obviously if you want like the full experience, there's like 20 episodes when it was still the sprawl to get into as well, plus the session 0. But it's still a good time. We're doing stuff. I'm having fun rotating through jobs. I do also, I've mentioned this before, I have some, metaplot type stuff. Like I have some big universe deep pulls to like get into the characters' motivations and backstories and stuff, and I've been waiting for an opportunity when you guys are not like, I shouldn't say not when you're not broke per se, because I feel like that will continue to happen for the foreseeable future.
I have so much shit I want to buy.
As does everybody. Like every time we do a shopping session, it is a genuine like, okay, well, how much money do we have? All right, I'm gonna budget out this thing, and this thing. Like it. I think it flows really well because everybody is budgeting. But yeah, it's a fun time. But yeah, it's just like, how much is a dojo? I probably should actually add that to because I think that might apply to the special lifestyle zone, dojos and training camps. But yeah, no, like I think I'm waiting more for just like your guys' downtime beat, and I will just ask like, hey, do you guys want to do like a bounty hunt or another job right now, or would you want to get involved with some heavy plot stuff? And we'll do that after the sub job. And I don't know how you guys will feel after we do the next job. All right, but we're about a little under 15 minutes out. The show is, I think, a decent length.
Yeah.
I've logged into Final Fantasy XIV. I think we can wrap it up here.
Alrighty.
All right, so, hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, give us a like. Leave your comments down below. You can hit us up on our Discord as well. Links are in the channel description or in the video description of the channel page. I don't know if that counts as the channel description. So check it out. Our Discord is cool. There's lots of stuff going on there. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel to keep getting more videos. Get that one when it comes out. Get those streams and other video contentos. And also make sure you ring that bell so you always know when we're streaming or when we're posting a new video. As I did start streaming Final Fantasy 14 like an hour and a half early because that's when a fishing trip happened. So, and I was like, fuck it, I'm here already. Let's fish. So yeah, ring that bell, help that out. Consider joining our channel memberships for access to membership badges and emotes. And like I said at the front of the show, consider supporting us on Patreon and get access to episodes early in audio format for as little as $1 a month or approximately $10 a year. At higher levels, you can vote in topic polls for Fancy Red Friday and a monthly special Fail Portrayal. You can get video releases early. And also, at higher levels, you can listen to us record Let's Talk FGO live every week. And thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll see you next time for even more chocolate. Good fishing, everybody.
Good fishing.